Alright, I was just watching a video about sovereigns, and I'm going to point out again I'm not a sovereign. I just want to get information out there for everybody. People said that sovereigns are just people that seem to want violence, or like they're just violence is in their minds. That is not what it is at all. It's, if you look back in history, into the 60s, there's a movement that was just like this called the Yippies. And there's a famous quote that says, "A yippie is a hippie that's been beaten by the cops." Somebody that wants to live their life the way they want to live it, not harming anyone else, and then somehow the government just keeps prodding into their lives, whether it be like me, where I was smoking weed living in Texas, whether it be like other people where they're just, I'm sure there's a bunch of people where drinking and driving is their problem, all kinds of stuff, and they just keep getting prodded, and then eventually they just want it to end. The lawyers aren't doing what they want, everybody's not doing what they want. They want somebody to speak for them in court. They want somebody to speak on their behalf, not just go through the motions. That is what a sovereign citizen is. Someone that finally wants to demonstrate their rights that they believe they have. People that believe that we are free American citizens and we have the right to be that. And that's all it is. It's people, if you look up Yippies, look up Abby Hoffman, look up Jerry Rubin, look up Steal This Book. Steal This Book has a bunch of information. A lot of it doesn't work now, but about 25% of it is still viable for today's world. It's about like community building and coming together, and it used to be like because it used to tell you how to live for free off of corporations and how you can use foreign money to work in our like vending machines and stuff, and you can get stuff for cheaper, but none of that works anymore. But sovereignty. And also in the 60s we had the Black Panthers, and they were carrying around guns openly because we used to be able to bear arms. That was our right as Americans, to bear arms. But everybody got afraid of black people standing next to the voting polls and stuff, and they started making concealed weapons laws, and we thought it was okay because we thought, oh well, they're just protecting us from those crazy black people. But now we realize that they're not crazy, they're just regular people. So what we're doing now is coming back and realizing, as a people, we want these weapons. We want to be able to be people. Like, I'm not saying everybody wants to hold guns and stuff, but I'm saying that's a big part of like what Republicans don't like about the government and stuff, gun control and everything. And everybody, that's a big part of this whole I want to be free, I don't like the government thing. Like, it's all about this stuff. That we just need to realize that we're all people, we all can understand things, we can all handle things, and once the government doesn't need to be thinking it's protecting us by regulating us. Because, alright, think about this. Chloroform, people use it for bad things, yes, but it also has plenty of industrial uses. They used to sell it at Home Depot. Now they don't. I'm not saying they should sell it at Home Depot, but now, and there wasn't a Home Depot in the 60s, I don't think, but places like that. But now we have less things that we can actually go to the store and buy that we can use industrially because they think that they're protecting us. I'm not saying we need to have all these things in the store and that everything needs to just be open willy-nilly for everybody, but we need to be looking at whether or not we're hurting ourselves with everything that we do, because there's a lot of things where we are hurting ourselves, where we are hurting regular people. Eventually it's going to get like the gay movement, where they're in the streets telling you we're real people, and right now it's okay for the government because they're just busting in closed doors, telling people, oh, you're a sovereign, you're a dirty this, you're a doper, you're this, you're that. But eventually it'll be people in the streets on TV getting beaten by the police, like, and everybody be like, oh my God, all they want is rights. Why is this happening to them? Because as long as the people aren't pissing on cop cars and shitting in the streets, like, people will notice that. They will say, oh my God, these are people and they're getting beaten down. Like, I just wanted to say that's what a sovereign is. A sovereign is a person, basically a hippie, a hippie that's been beaten by the cops.